So we'll start the session, today's session, starting with prayer. Sit and you can come to standing position. Keep the left hands close to the body on the side of your thighs. So we can start from the back side because this not we have that lunging forward, right? That's why it's better to start from the rear of the mat. Then starting prayer, inhaling, take the arms over the head. Exhaling, heart center. Close your eyes, inhale again. Together. Trayambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam urvarukamiva bandhana mrityo mukshiyamamridad. Om. Inhaling, take the arms, hands straight through the center up. Exhale, bring it down through the sides. Do Samastiti. Do a little jogging, loosening practices. Change to heel to hand jogging. How do you do that? Try to touch your heel. Then slow jogging. Then, so we have to first keep the legs in shoulder distance. So don't keep it short, neither wide. So keep it sufficiently wide so that you are firmly grounded. Then bring the arms in front, parallel, fist close, rotate the wrist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hands on shoulder. Touch your elbows in front first, then rotate your shoulder. 1. So you take it upwards. 2. See, this position is important. 3. So your muscle should touch the ear. 4, 5. Change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put your hands down. Arm rotations, both the arms together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then catch the waist. Gently push the hip forward with an exhale. Then rotate your hip. 1, 2. See the rotation with awareness. 3, 4. It's a controlled movement. 5. Change. 1, 2. So if you do like that, you will be able to feel it. 3, 4. See, the mind will go how to push it. 5. Then the hand was here now. Where do I take it? I take it back. This is a very important step. It was here. I take it back. So the thumb is touching. We keep telling, touch your thumbs at the back. So we have to touch it. Then inhale. I'm turning so that to show you this. Inhale, then back. Exhale, then forward. Inhale. Exhale. Do what you can. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Then inhale, stand up. When you're exhaling, join the feet, hands on the knees. So knees, heels, toes, all are touching. Knee joint. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, catch the waist. Inhale, take the left leg forward. 30-degree ankle rotate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Leg down, exhale. Take the other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, drop. Inhale, step the left foot forward 3 feet, almost 3 to 4 feet. So here, the back leg will not be like this. So if you see, it was facing forward like this, right? Both the feet was front facing. So when I take the left foot forward, the other foot will slightly turn. It will not fully turn. If you fully turn, then it's difficult to bend. It will slightly turn to the side. So note that. Exhale, bend the knees. So the heel lifts up. Inhale. Exhale. See that heel lifts up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Stay for some time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale, walk forward. Then inhale, take the left leg back. So here also, that leg will not be straight. It will be slightly inclined, not to that side, not to this side. It's like a midway position. That was an inhalation. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. One more. Exhale. Stay. 1, 2, 3. Other knee fairly straight. 4. You can slightly bend it, no problem. 5. Inhale. Exhale, walk forward. So you will be coming to front of the mat. I am walking back because to show you. You don't have to walk back. Because by this time you will reach the front of the mat. Then you have to sit. Because, sorry, you have to turn to one side. Side lunging. So I face side. Like this direction. Inhale, step the legs. Exhale here. Bring the arms in front. Now take a full inhalation. Exhale, sit half on the left side. Little sitting. Inhale, center. Right. Up. Left. Up. Right. Up. Left. Up. Sorry, stay there left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale, right. 1, 2, try to keep straight. 3, back. 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale, catch the waist. Inhale, reduce the distance between them. Exhale, turn and jump. So now I will face the front of the mat. So that completes standing losing. Then sit down. Keeping the hands behind, just shake the legs. After some time, what should I do? I have to do the neck rotation. Therefore, chin on chest. See, legs are relaxed. You can see my legs are not tight like this. It's just relaxed and free. Chin down. Rotate your neck. One. Very nice. Two. Three. 4. 5. Change. 1. 2. 3. 4. One more round. 5. Neck rotation over. Now, Bhuna Manasana. Legs together, hands close to the body. Bring the arms in front, parallel to ground. Take an inhale. Exhale, twist left, forehead on the back side, ground. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, right. Inhale, up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, right side. Inhale, center. One more. Exhale, left, stay there. 1, 2. So both the elbows are 90 degree. 4, 5. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, right side, Mula Manasana. Stay. 1, 2, forehead down. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, center, hands in front. Exhale, hands down. Then now what should I do? Lying down. Lying down for cycling practice. After lying down, keep your legs together, hands close to the body. So when you lift your legs, try to lift both the legs together, not one by one. Also, some people are bending the knees. So try to use the strength of the back to lift both the legs together without bending the knee, like that. So what it will do, it will also tighten your stomach, also strengthen the back muscles when you lift both the legs. So try to do it. Then do cycling. 1, forward. 2. So you should move your leg properly. 3. It should bend, knee should bend. 4, 5. See that cycling technique. 6. Very simple, no? 7, 8, 9, 10. Change. 1, 2. Backward. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stop with the legs in air only, keeping both the knees bent. Then inhaling, interlock your fingers behind your head, lift your head a little up. When you exhale, I have to touch left elbow on the right knee. Left side, right side. Left, right. The leg will not move. Left, right. There is no need to move the leg. Left, right. Only the body will move. Left, right. Left, right. Left, right. Left, right. Left side, right side. Left side and right side. Inhale, head down. Now by this time you will feel a tightness on the stomach. If you get that, it's good. Then exhale, release your hands and legs to Shavasana. Just take 2 or 3 breaths there. So that is for the stomach strengthening core muscles and all. Inhale, right arm over the head, bend your left leg. Exhale, turn to ground. Pressing the palm on the floor, inhale, stand up like a cat. Then exhale, turn forward. Wherever you want to turn. Now, threading the needle. Inhale, left hand up. Stretch it. Exhale, insert between the other hand and the knee. Put your head down. Inhale, 2. Exhale, insert. Inhale, 3. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Sorry, one more. Inhale. Look at the hand and straight. 1, 2, normal breath. 3, stretch it. 4, push the ground. 5, exhale. Stay here also. 1, 2, 3, the hand is straight. 4, your left hand. 5, inhale to cat. Exhale. Other side. Inhale, 1, right hand up. Exhale. Insert. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Stay there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Push. Stretch it. 5. Exhale. 1. Stay here also. 2, 3. Normal breath. 4, 5. Inhale to cat. Now take one inhalation for elbow plank. Exhale, keep the elbow down, interlock your fingers. Inhaling, lift your knees like a mountain. Just lift it. When you exhale, you have to walk back. I don't have place there, so I come forward a little. I exhale, walk back and bring your buttocks straight. So look at my side picture, like that you have to come. So it should be an elbow plank like this. Your buttock should not be up, it should middle. 1, 2, look forward. 3, 4, 5, 6, everything should be straight. 7, 8, 9, 10. Exhale, knee down. Press your palms, inhale, come to cat position. Exhale, lift your knee back. Mountain, stay there. 1, push the ground. 2, 3, 4, try to look navel. 5, walk forward, inhale, head up. See, head up. Then exhale, head down. Touch it on the knee. Inhale, stand up, side moving hands up. Look at the thumb. Exhale, hands down. All the loosening practice over. Any doubts, please ask. 1 minute. I'm just bringing some water. Yeah. So any clarification in what we did till now? Let me observe who all are the people attending. Sanchali, Vaishnavi, Shin, Mutra. Yeah. So in loosening practice, one thing that I want people to know is that, see, when you keep the camera, now see the way I have kept Sanchali and all. Sanchali, then who else is there like that? Others are fairly fine. So see, when I keep the camera, did you observe? My full height is visible. So please find a place in your house or wherever you are practicing. Find a place so that your camera is properly placed. So here you can see me, no? Even if I go down, say I'm doing Surya Namaskar, you can see me. Even if I do this way also, you can see me. See? You're able to see me everything. Even if I stand up, you're able to see me. So try to keep in such a way. Now if I come here, you cannot see me. You can see only the half. Try to keep in such a way that, so I have kept my mat here, this way, so that you can observe me. So please try to keep your camera before the class in such a way that your height should be visible. Please try to do that. Some limitations may be there in your house, it's okay, but try to get it or somewhere or the other. Yeah, that is one thing. Then, in loosening practice, yeah, Vaishnavi and Ananya. So try to become little more stable. And where you can, I'm not trying to find fault, try to find each posture more. When I come to that time, I will explain wherever I want to correct. Then in loosening practice, I think other people just remember the sequence. What are the steps? Especially when I say start from the back. Why do I say? Because when you step the left leg forward, you have space, no, to do that. And then after finishing that lunging, you walk forward. Then take the leg back. So, and then do lunging. Then walk forward. So after that practice, you will be coming to front of mat like that. So these are the only small things. Otherwise, what will happen? You will get confused. After the other people will practice because it's arranged in such a way. The sequence is like that. There's not much of time in between each of the practices. Okay, so try to remember all this sequence. Don't worry, with time it will improve. Then other things important in loosening practice, some of the things which I found is like people that back leg, when you lunge, you can lift the heel like this. So you need not do like this. It's okay if it pains, if both are fine, but this is an easier method and it will stretch the bottom, I mean the top of the thigh is better when you do this. This way lunge, like that. So try to lift the back heel. Then, what are the other things in loosening practice? Yeah, try to do proper cycling, that leg movement, it will do it properly. Then that when you do that, this one, right, that bicycle crunches. So here, so there is no need to move the legs like this. It's not required. You just have to touch. 1, 2, like that. This is enough. So because if you move it, the leg closer, it's easier actually. The leg touches. But here we don't want that. We want the body to come to the leg like that. So there is an effort on the stomach. If you do this, it's easy. So try to bring the body up. 1, 2, like that. 1, 2. So when you do that, I can already feel the stomach becoming a little more tighter. So the work happens on burning the abdominal fat also when you do that bicycle crunches. So try to keep that in mind. Then the other things are, when you do that Bhuna Manasana, try to I think Ananya or somebody was doing that. So I think you are doing like this. I mean, lying down. It's not lying down. So try to keep that elbow bent, elbow 90-degree bend this way. So the elbow will not touch the ground. Only the head will go down. You can see both the elbows will be bending 90 degree. So you're taking the weight, pressing the hand, bending the elbow, and bringing the head like that. So don't make it like this lying down. And not you, I think there was some other person who was doing like that. They just turn and lie down. So don't put the elbow down. Keep the palm down and try to touch the forehead in Bhuna Manasana.
Sir, in this one, the hip and the leg will rise up a little, right?
This side, yeah, other side.
Other side. Okay, okay.
Just keep the toe, the heel on the ground. The other side. Okay. Don't lift the heel. Keep the heel down. That's the only thing you should.
Okay, sir. Okay.
This buttock will lift up. It's okay, normal. Don't worry. Then, what are the other loosening practices? This one, when you do that threading, you try to touch the side of the head, shoulder, full arm, head, everything will touch. And this elbow is 90 degrees. So don't keep like this, like that. So full arm is threading. The threading is for the full hand should go. Okay, try to keep that full hand inward like that. That's one. Lying down. Now, and elbow plank, as I said, some people are keeping the buttocks a little up like this. Don't do that. This. So come to down. So when you do this, then only that core muscles and all work. If you do this, it's easy. So shoulder is taking the weight. the back and your stomach is not taking. So here you'll feel the actual feel of the elbow blast. And don't look down. Look straight in front. Keep the shoulders high, firm. That way. That one. Then what are the loosening practices? Yeah, when you do that, this I tell most of the classes. When you take the elbow, take it this way. See, you check whether you get this position or not. So you don't take it this way. It's a common error. People tend to take sideways. See, from here, I am not supposed to take it this way. I'm supposed to take upward. So this movement is important in shoulder rotation. Similarly, when you come up, come back. So you can see muscle of the hand, this bicep muscle is there, no? This muscle will touch the ear like that. So try to check that position when you do the shoulder rotation. Another is the neck rotation. When you do the neck rotation, you don't take like this. I have told in last class also, many classes I tell this. So try to tilt ear this way. फिर पीछे जाएगा, फिर यहाँ आने के बाद ऐसा नहीं जाएगा, यहाँ आने के बाद ऐसा जाएगा. इसको टच करना है. So tilt your head while doing neck rotation. Okay. I think I've covered most of the important points in loosening. This month the loosening is a little mixed. Standing, sitting, lying down, everything is there.
Sir, I have a question. Like I'm in Delhi and the temperature has fallen down a little low here. Is there anything else I can do to warm up my body? Because yesterday my body was still a bit cold.
So see what I suggest is mornings are difficult for you. Did you do in evenings? Generally, the temperature may not be that low, right?
Then in evening also it has come down to 10 or 8.
Okay. See, when you do Ujjayi, if you breathe Ujjayi, generally the temperature of the body slightly increases. If you see
Okay.
there, so maybe you can practice Ujjayi pranayama before start of the class, something like that. Because
Okay.
in scientific studies, it shows that the temperature of the air into the lungs and outside, there is a 1 degree difference. When you do the breathing with ocean breathing, that. So if you can practice that maybe before the class or whenever you feel in the morning or evening little chilled, you can
Yeah.
practice this. So
Okay.
Ujjayi breathing. It will
Okay.
help you to slightly increase the temperature of body and you will not feel much of cold.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Right. Anything else? Anybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just need one help. Just can you just show me how to lift my lower back? Because yesterday also during this, now I have lumbar spondylosis, so it is paining tremendously. So can you just show me how can I do this? This Sarvangasana.
Sarvangasana, no? You're telling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will show you that. Okay. So.
Thank you.
Thank you. So first we will do a few rounds of Surya Namaskar. About 4 rounds we will do. And then, so that my body also gets a little ready after the loosening. Then we will go to all these individual queries. Okay. And I'll also give some few suggestions to those who are there in the class. Okay. Simple suggestions I will give. Whatever I could observe. Next class I will prepare in advance. If you tell me that if you are attending next week, then I'll little more observe you and note down. Okay, these are the things that I can. This idea was suggested by I think Priyanka Chopra. So I'll try to implement it whatever possible. Next class as well. So we'll do Surya Namaskara. So I will keep a timer and try to do along with that. We'll do the mantra. So there is no space for me this side. It's okay. So I will not be moving this side too much. Closing the eyes, inhalation. हिरण्मयेन पात्रेण सत्यस्यापिहितं मुखम् तत्त्वं पावृणो सत्यधर्माय दृष्टये ॐ Exhale, look at the nose. And keep the timer, please. I'll do, along with the timing, we'll do 4 rounds. Sorry, it's not connected. 1 second. It's okay. I hope you can hear at least some of it. Om Vakraya Namaha. Om Ravaye Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Anave Namaha. So, I hope you observed the breathing, the synchronization I was trying to maintain, the timing, breathing, and movement. All the 3 things I was monitoring while I was practicing. some of the few things that you can think about improvement is that I think Inju and all. Inju, I think Muthu is doing correctly, I'm not very sure. So when you do that, I think Priyanka is doing correctly. When you do that Urdhva Mukha and going down to low plank, try to slow down the movement. So from here, when you come to Urdhva Mukha, you are here, right? The Ashtanga. From here, when you come up, don't bring the head first. So I speak the toe. See, the chin goes down from here. Chin goes down. It comes like this, and then the head comes. So it's like the cobra lifts, no? Like that. So the chest comes, keeping the head down, and then the head comes. You saw that. So that uncoil has to come. Did you see the movement? I did not bring the head first. From here, it's not like this. So I did not bring the head first. Head is the last. So from here, when I lift up, slipping the toe, the chin from here, chin goes down. Then bring the chest up, then uncoil it. So try to uncoil the body like that.
I make that mistake.
Yeah, I think some of you are doing it. I don't know, Anju, since she said she's attending, sometimes I observed that you can improve on that. One. Then I think most of the other things, when you replacement of the this one again, like Muthu has said, so that movement from here, try to lead with the stomach first. Like bring the head in the last movement. Like that.
How much of the palm should touch the floor?
Ideally, full palm should touch. Like fully. Ideally, it has to press. It's okay, whatever possible, try to touch, and then, so the more it touches, the more the deeper. So you can see mine is not also as perfect as many people, their head comes somewhere here. Mine just comes below the knee, just below the knee. So the deeper, the better. The more you get down, the more the press will come on the floor. The more, the better. Some people, the arms are very long. So for them, it's easier. It depends on our own body structure sometimes.
Thank you.
Then in that here, this I have seen many people they're staying like this. So this is not Adho Mukha Svanasana. This is called mountain pose, Parvatasana in the Swarnas. But when you do Adho Mukha, this has to come. So it's not rounding the back. Try to bring when you do this, the stomach fat will come closer to the thigh. So when you do that from this position, from Adho Urdhva Mukha, so try to get that going deeper without rotating shoulder. So don't rotate your shoulder inward to do that in Surya Namaskar. So if you look at the shoulder, you should not do like this. Don't widen the elbow and go. So try to keep the arm straight and stretch the body down backward. You can see the shoulder will not go inward. So try to get that little concave back if you can in that Adho Mukha Svanasana. And children, it will be a little more. Are you there? I don't know. I think not there. Okay. Yeah, Anshuman is there. You're doing well. You have to improve the forward bends. No, your forward bends and the back bends. Both you can improve, Anshuman. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So your focus on the practice is very good. Continue that.
Thank you, sir.
Then regarding shouldering, sometimes I find that that elbow like this, no, somewhere. Not always. Some days I find little like this. So maybe some difficulty on the shoulder. Try to keep the arms straight and long as much as you can. Sometimes it may be a physical difficulty. It's okay, but try to put a little more consciousness on that and bring the arm nice and long as much as possible. So try not to take it outward. I think one of the hands, sometimes it goes away. Try to do that. Then
there any observation when I am doing the Urdhva Mukha Shasana? Priyanka, this way?
No, your head, that principle you are following.
Okay.
So the chest and head comes up, that you're doing well.
Okay. Okay. Because I don't understand when you say that we need to bring our body a bit in front and then come up.
So that float.
When I sleep my toe, then I don't know how to move my body a little ahead and then come up.
Yeah, so it's a float actually. So when you go down, so you're doing Chaturanga or Ashtanga? What is Chaturanga, right?
Yeah. Chaturanga.
Chaturanga here. So here, it's full front. So see, the body it has to float forward like that.
Okay.
So maybe the toe is here, I float forward like that.
Okay. So you move your toes also a little ahead, is it?
A little come like from there.
Okay. All right.
So the more I open and lift, that has to raise it up.
All right.
And sir, what is the difference between Parvatasana and Adho Mukha Shvasana?
That's exactly what I showed you. So in Parvatasana, that concave will not be there. It will be like straight line, this much only. This is Parvata. So there is not much of push in Parvatasana. It's a straight line. In Adho Mukha, we bring the body a little more down. It's that stretch, downward facing dog. You can see that concave arch will come. Not
Yes, sir.
This will press, keep on pressing. With experience, it all goes down and touches like that. So that is not required in Surya Namaskara. In full Adho Mukha, then it comes down. Like that.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, you can try to do that. When it's difficult, don't hurt your shoulders when you do that.
Okay, sir.
Adho Mukha, the head touches. So, but we have to try to get that. You'll get that feel. See, that feel comes of that arch. That will come in Adho Mukha Shvanasana.
Okay, sir.
Unlike
Okay, sir.
Parvatasana. Then, then before Muthu's, I'll just correct Muthu before going into that Sarvangasana, this one. So here, I think I had told you. So sometimes that movement of the chest in this one, Bhastrika.
Yeah.
So you're doing a little like this, like. So yes, there is an expansion. I'm not saying there is no expansion, but as of now, nothing will happen. So try to change that bulging to upward movement. There is a subtle difference. You can see that. You see that from the side. You can see. So my effort is to lift up, not arch. There may be a little arch, but my effort is not to do that. See that difference now. Now I'll effortfully do that bulging forward. So now I'm not saying that you're doing exactly like this. There is a scope of improvement. That's only what I'm saying.
Sure, sir.
Yeah. So try to make it more upward lift. To get that upward lift, there may be a little arch on the back. That is not a problem. But my primary intention is to get that bulge upward. Now I'll show the other one. What will happen is you will get the proper breath, but this part of the spine will get prolonged. That it may get little difficulty. That's the only thing that you should improve. Yeah.
Sure. Definitely, sir.
I'll observe. So generally, what I do when everybody's practicing, all the people I'll observe. So sometimes because I was observing, I mentioned this I think 2 weeks back. So I observed after that there is an improvement. But
so actually, like last Saturday class I attended, Sunday there was an improvement. You highlighted that. Monday it went back to the original problem.
So just keep it in mind. Just be aware. Don't worry about it. Gradually you will be able to improve. Okay.
Definitely.
Then, yeah, that's it. Now, Sanchali's doubt, what you have to do is, see, it needs some experience, to get into Sarvangasana. It's not suddenly possible. It's correct like that only. So what you should do is, when you do that Sarvangasana, if you find it tough, so after that sitting asanas, we ask to lie down, right, in Shavasana. If you get time between that, what you can do is, if you're near the wall or something, like I hope you can see me. So what you can do is just come to the wall and lie down like this. Just come to the wall and lie down like this. Initially, I am telling, so that you get experience of doing that. So this we do in some beginners classes, we do it like this. So if you're here now, it's easy. So just you have to bend your legs, keep it little away so that you get the pressure of the wall. And then using the legs, just lift the hips up like this. Okay, you saw that? I'm here and I just lift the legs and support the back. Now I support the back. Now slowly try to take one leg up. If you can, take the leg. So try to do like this. So initially it may be like this, no problem. Let it be like this, no problem. So when others are doing that, all the way, you will get a lot of time to do it actually. So they'll be doing halasana, all that back, all that they'll be doing, sideways, everything. So during that time, try to get this. You can go to the wall, lift so I'll show it again. First go to the wall, keep the legs straight, empty the lungs, inhale first, while exhaling bend your knees. Even senior citizens do it like this. So don't worry, even beginners, when I started doing Sarvangasana, I started like this. So it's nothing to worry. I was a small boy at that time. Still I could not do, just like you. So I was learning like this. So I just lift the hip up, then support the back, taking the time gradually. So this support is important. If you don't support, you cannot lift. Then taking the weight, lift one leg. Where carefully don't fall backside. So you can keep the weight on the wall side, this much. So let the elbow take the weight initially. धीरे धीरे पीछे गिरना नहीं, संभाल के करना, ठीक है? तो ऐसा कर सकते हैं. तो जब ये थोड़ा सा आपको एक्सपीरियंस हो जाएगा, करते 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 you will get some experience. तो आपको कर सकता है ऐसा करके, क्योंकि some of the muscles which are required may not be active. तो ये करते करते वो active हो जाएगा. Then gradually that, because the hip has to lift up, so it takes time for that action to come. And for that, the pressure of the hand, arm on the ground is important. So I am here. I inhale, lift the legs. Now this is, here you need a little spring action. So directly if you lift up, it may not come. Little take this side, little down, and you have to press this elbow, hand, everything you have to press. So don't bring the hand before you actually lift up. The moment you lift up, आपको हाथ लेके आना पड़ेगा. तो थोड़ा सा करके, थोड़ा उठ गया, फिर हाथ लेके. हो गया ना? तो यहाँ था, उठाने से पहले हाथ आ गया तो फिर प्रेशर नहीं मिलेगा. जैसे कि ऐसा आएगा, फिर उसे अभी उठा नहीं पा रहा हूँ, like that. So use the pressure, lift till bring this side, swing up, support it. इतना भी आगे चलेगा. यहाँ तक आ गया तो धीरे 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 उसको दबा के ऊपर लेके आ सकता है. तो आएगा, मतलब जितना भी थियरी में बोलेगा, it will take time, don't worry. So try to get that swing from here. So initially आप ऐसे करेंगे, थोड़ा 2-3 हफ्ता ऐसे कीजिए. आप once you feel हाँ मैं कर सकता हूँ थोड़ा सा, तो एक आध बार ऐसे करके ऐसा सपोर्ट कीजिए. पहले बटक को सपोर्ट कीजिए, फिर ऐसा पीछे लेके जाके बैक को सपोर्ट कीजिए. ऐसा देन सर्वांगासन आएगा. जब नीचे आते हो तो सपोर्ट हैंड सपोर्ट करके नीचे. So these are the methods to lift up. Now specifically anything you want to ask, then I can explain you better.
Sir, any observation that you've seen when I do this? I have my to lift up, my swing is a bit on a higher side. I need to swing a little more to get up, but my elbows do it. I'm not able to put my elbows that close to my body.
So that, see, the more the weight shifts to the shoulder, the easier is to do that. So many of us, that elbow placement is not enough. So when you lift, keep the elbow almost the shoulder distance. When you lift up, keep the, see, I adjusted now. Try to keep it as, so if you keep it like this, I'm not saying you are keeping it. So some people keep it wider. So here it's very difficult to straighten.
Yeah, I'm able to straighten. Even I'm able to put my arms, just above, quite below. But I'm not able to put my elbows that close.
So I think
maybe you can observe
your shoulder is quite wide.
Yeah.
Also. So, and if your muscles are a little strong, then you're doing chaturanga also, no?
Yes,
so,
yes.
Shoulder muscle will be strong. So I've seen some people who do a lot of weights, no? For some class, in advanced class. For them, उनको कितना भी बोलो, वो shoulder नजदीक आता ही नहीं.
Okay.
Shoulder is quite wide. So
yeah. My shoulders are wide. Yes, you're right. Okay.
It is not very flexible. So there will be, like, for example, when I said my arms are not very long. Some people, their arms are very long. So when you do that forward bending, no, their arms go, I mean, their full arm, they bend it actually. ये पूरा नीचे आता है. So people, some people, most of the people have some unique body structure. So maybe there is a little difficulty in bringing because your shoulders are quite wide. So शायद आने इतना नहीं आएगा शायद. तो आप जितना कोशिश कीजिए, लेकिन आपका straightness अच्छा है.
Okay, straightness is fine, right? Okay. Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Anything else, Sanchali, you wanted to know? I think you were talking something.
Shiva. Yeah. Can you show me once more Vakrasana? I am not able to see it on my legs.
Okay.
Yesterday also, it was very stretched. Yeah, some pain was there in my calf muscle. So how to sit properly?
I think Ishani was doing better than you. She was able to grasp it very quickly. Children, they grasp better than us. It's quite normal, don't worry. So from here in Samasthiti, because they follow the words more than us. We follow
She is now also following. So she is tremendously impressed by you only. And she is just, her expression was, how can Seth doing this? How can she be able to do it? How flexible he is. How can he manage? No, okay, now she is following you.
What they say, they look at the literal meaning, and what we do with implied meaning. We take it implied because we are all seasoned like that, including me, like we only. So they get it. When you say right armpit on the left thigh, they will think, right, left armpit thigh. So literally उसमें जाएगा. अच्छा, right armpit ये है, left armpit, left thigh ये है. हाँ, लेके आ गया. So that mind will work उनका. तो इतना सोचेगा नहीं. हम लोग थोड़ा cloudy सोचेगा. ऐसा, don't worry about it. So from Samasthiti, so what I say, Ekam, inhaling, bend the left leg and keep the left arm back. So I bend the left leg, keep the left arm back. So that is in inhalation. While exhaling, this right armpit has, I think you did it correctly today or yesterday and all.
Okay.
Yeah. You bring this armpit को ये thigh पे लेके आना.
Okay.
Automatically यहाँ तक शायद नहीं पहुंचेगा, इतना
नहीं, हाँ.
चलेगा, जितना होता है, फिर तो उसमें वो एक्सहेल में आ गया. बस यहाँ पे आपको इनहेल चालू करना है. एक्सहेल करने का टाइम, ट्राई टू कैच दिस टो इफ यू कैन. अदरवाइज जितना होता है इतना भी चलेगा, जितना होता है उतना करके. सो इसमें ट्रिक ये है कि आपको जो ये बेंडिंग लेग रहेगा, पूरा नजदीक रखने का जरूरत नहीं. जस्ट कीप इट अ लिटिल फ्रंट, मे बी समवेयर नियर द अदर नी, एंड दिस हैंड शुड बी पुश्ड सो दैट your body doesn't lean back. So I'll show it once again. So I hope you can hear that inhalation. That's an exhalation. Then I start inhaling. और थोड़ा improve किया. Because so I'm keep on trying to improve that twist. Then inhaling, I turn. So the more we follow the correct positions, the better. Okay. So as I said, first inhaling, bend the leg, keep it like a mountain, keep the left hand back. So this दोनों रख दिया. अभी सांस छोड़ते हुए ये हाथ, ये जो आर्मपिट है उसको लेके आना है, ये थाई पे रखना है जितना होता है. अगर नहीं होता तो एल्बो रखिए, ऐसा चलेगा. और जितना ट्विस्ट होता है ऐसा करके रखना है. लेकिन सांस में ध्यान दीजिए और धीरे सांस लेते रहना है, धीरे सांस छोड़ना है. उसमें क्या होता है, देखिए मैं बोलता हूँ कि जब हम लोग फिजिकल आसन करते हो, at that time the body becomes, muscles are tight, you're twisting, you're stretching, a lot of things are happening in the system. So sweating will happen. So all these have to get neutralized with proper long, slow and deep breathing. So otherwise what will happen, after the class you will be tired. One is you will get tired and the stress levels may increase also. So we don't know, depending on our own methods of trying. So try to so that, as I mentioned in the class, please close the door. As I mentioned, it is LSD. Remember those, L means light, S means slow, D means deep. So we have all heard the LSD and all. So try to take light, slow and deep breathing in most of the asanas when we do. So did you observe that my inhale was quite full? So I take time to, before even if the action is over, but I don't take the next step unless that breath is completed. So I ensure that inhales are full so that the exhales are also full. अगर आप अपना inhale अच्छा नहीं हो तो exhale होगा नहीं, तो फिर inhale और कम होगा. तो ऐसे ऐसे करके वो सर्कल में चला जाएगा. तो यहाँ पे जैसे कि पूरा ले लिया मैंने. देन यहाँ पे इनहेल चालू हो रहा है. अगर मेरे को लगा कि अब थोड़ा मुश्किल है यहाँ पे इनहेल लेना, तो मैं क्या करेगा, थोड़ा ट्विस्ट कम करेगा, मैं थोड़ा सा लाइट करेगा इसको. अभी देखिए मेरे को इजी होगा इनहेल. Why? My stomach is not fully pressed. So if there is a little stomach fat in the body, I'm telling example, it is there for everybody. There is fat in stomach, including me and you. Everybody will have. Fat is necessary for the body. So अगर ये पेट को ज्यादा मैंने दबा दिया, एकदम दबा दिया, एकदम मैंने जबरदस्ती मैंने दबा दिया, फैट है उसको चलेगा, दबने दो, एकदम मैंने I compress the stomach. Now there is no space for breathing only. The reason is the twist is coming, but the stomach fat is preventing me from taking proper breath. So my job is first to reduce that fat and then get that position with breathing. So as long as that fat is not reduced, I will not be able to do complete twisting. If I do complete twisting with that fat, what will happen? My breathing will become labored. See, I cannot breathe now. देखो इतने में खत्म हो गया inhalation. So I'm just giving examples so that you try to realize the difference. So as I say, in most of the classes I say all the other ingredients are very important. Similarly, when I do that Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. So from here, Ekam, inhale, bend the leg, catch the toe. Now exhaling, just straighten the leg. बस मैं इतना ही करना चाहता हूँ.
One thing I observed in this, sir, when I keep my back straight, the stability is there.
You are able to straighten the leg a little more, right?
Yes, because after correcting my back, I'm able to bring that stability. That stability is also helping me to push my leg further front.
So all these things now, see, what is changing is your regular practice is helping. I'm telling you, see, when I was not well, no, 1 week, I was not able to do anything. And so what I did, very, very simple things I was doing in the evening. So what I did, only 10 minutes. I did not stop practicing, I'm telling you. I did all, this wrist rotation, neck rotation, all these things I did. All entire family was doing. All 4 of us were sitting together and practicing. So, and then what we did, and I did not deep breathe. What I did, no, because some people are telling that no, all these virus will go into the lungs. And actually, all deep breathing you can do, nothing wrong in doing it. So, as per the hospitals and all, they are also doing good breath in the wards when they are infected. So, nothing wrong in doing that. So, but as I said, your continuity of practicing is helping you. So automatically, that slowly things will come without your knowledge. The problem is that continuity is required. So that's and those techniques which you are observing and trying to implement, that will help a lot. Now, as you said, when you keep the back straight. So I saw some people, they are actually, so I'm not trying to pinpoint anybody's name. So they are trying to stretch and then they fall. So that is actually doing more than what is required, not required. So I have to just stand straight and okay, if you cannot catch the toe, you can catch the ankle and straighten it. It's also fine. Some people may not be able to catch the toe. See, this judgment we have to find out on our own ways because see, everybody has got limitations. I have limitations. You have limitations. Everybody is. So I may not be able to catch the toe. So instead of bending and catching the toe like this and then this thing and then falling, they're not able to bend forward. It's okay. Lift the leg, catch the calf muscle or the ankle, and then straighten it. And follow that beautiful breath. So that awareness you have to build in order to practice.
There also in the previous asana, maybe I have my doubt. You can explain later after this. In the previous asana, I'm able to touch the toe, but I'm not able to take it further for the lock behind. Is it because people? I am not keeping the hands in such a way that I have to take it behind, or I do not know where the problem is. Maybe, but I'm not able to take it further.
Little, you have to that twisting action and the shoulder flexibility has to come. Okay, I have to show this way. Then only it can. Now, when you move back, try to clear the body. So don't keep the body behind and try to do this. So try to clear the body, push that knee inside. From here, try to push that knee inside, and this shoulder, try to bring it fully out using that technique. And see now the elbow has crossed the shin bone. See where is the elbow? Elbow has come front of the shin bone. So if the elbow comes front, then it's possible to turn. Otherwise, that turn will not come. So the more closer you are on the thigh, the lesser the obstruction of the abdomen and the chest, then the turn will come. I think Anju and all are doing this already. Then, during that acceleration, you have to swing and catch. I'll show from this side, where you can see. When do I catch? I do it on the first exhalation. So I will do as per the instruction which I give. So you saw that. During the exhale, I caught it. So there are two reasons why you may not be able to reach. One is this elbow may not be crossing the knee. And second is the flexibility of the other shoulder. These are the probable, so that out shoulder has to be taken more and more back to get that twist. See, I use this push to bring the elbow in front. You saw that. If I lean, not possible. Try to get that. See, full body has come out. And see, chest, both the side chest is outside the thigh. Then it's easy to turn the hand back. Then that swing will take. See the left shoulder. You cannot even see the left shoulder. It has gone so much back. So that expansion comes. So the side of the body will fully twist. So I think it's more of practice probably. And little that crossing the elbow in front, twisting that shoulder movement, trying to that expansion, all that can work.
Sure, sir.
Yeah. Anybody else? Shilin, then Sanchali. Anju, anything you wanted to ask?
No, sir. Actually, I'm observing.
Okay, where are you? In Bangalore? Outside?
No, in Bangalore only.
Okay. Then, in sitting asanas, one of the in standing asanas, I'll start with standing asana. Some of the important points I'll talk about so that there is no questions. No, I mean people are not there much. So what was the first asana we did? We do Parshva Uttanasana. Parshva Uttana. Parshva means side. Uttana means stretch. Asana means posture. What are one or two important points I'll say? When you take the leg out, that most of you doing it right. Then inhalation, 3 feet distance. So ensure that you don't take too much wide. From here, थोड़ा इतना लेना है, ज़्यादा भी नहीं लेना है. ये तो 2 फीट हो गया. मैट का डिस्टेंस 2 फीट रहता है. अपना जो मैट है वो 2 फीट रहता है. उसमें से थोड़ा सा लंबा रहना चाहिए. Who has joined now? Okay, hold it. Okay, then तो थोड़ा सा 3 फीट तक लेके आना है. तो अगर घर पे टाइल हो तो 1.5 टाइल्स, एक टाइल 2 फीट रहता है. तो या तो फिर मैट से थोड़ा सा दूर रहना. फिर एक्सेल करते हुए इन एल्बोज को पीछे इंटरलॉक करना है. कैसे इंटरलॉक करना है? देखिए दोनों एल्बो मैंने पकड़ लिया. If it is difficult, you can catch just your wrist, catch your wrist. That's also fine.
Is there any trick to catch both the side of the elbows?
That swing is required. So when you do like this, take the swing. So take that momentum to reach. Like that.
Okay.
Take that momentum. So one you keep like this, and other. So don't simply. So swing this, and then you firmly grip it. The second hand when you take, try to swing it.
Okay.
So that grip will come. Agar, see seniors, you can do that Paschim Namaskar Mudra also. Like Muthu or Anju and all, what you can do is एकम inhale हो गया. Exhale करने का टाइम नमस्ते कीजिए पीछे. मतलब ऐसा. Paschim Namaskar Mudra. It's called Paschima Namaskar Mudra. So in this, the effect on the shoulders is more intense. So this we do in advanced class in Paschim Namaskar Mudra. Same asana, actually Paschim Namaskar Mudra mein karte. So how to do that? Yeah, you can do that. So when you have to take the hand one side. Directly it may be tough to keep the direct. So ऐसा नहीं जाएगा. What you do is take to one side, join your palm, then use the fingers like this. You saw that? Like that cup shape. And then rotate using these fingers and bring it to the center. So that's called Paschima Namaskar Mudra or reverse prayer posture. If you do that, little more, that intensity of the asana increases.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Even Priyanka, all these people, you can try. Those who have been practicing quite some time.
Sir, I did, but my palms are not joining completely.
Chalega.
Okay.
Okay. So you can actually twist the shoulder and the wrist, everything. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And that bend also becomes a little more tough when you do that. And then the second thing is when you're here, from here when you take the turn, both the legs should turn. I think, can you see my front leg? Not visible. Now it's visible. So when I turn, ये leg तो पूरा turn होगा. लेकिन पीछे वाला पैर भी आधा टर्न होगा. So if you keep like this, if you keep that leg straight to that side, the shoulder may not come forward fully. So if you want to get full turn and the balance, then the back leg also should turn. So that leg will turn half, the front leg will turn full. So what I've observed is some people, they don't turn fully. They turn this much only. So this shoulder is behind. Now when you bend back, aisa aega. Parshvottanasana. So this is not Parshvottanasana. So when you turn, the back leg will half turn, front leg will full turn. So there will be a little this thing, what do you call, level difference because of the catching of the elbow. Otherwise, it will not happen. So because this hand is on the top, this shoulder may be a little up. That's no worry. So try to align your shoulders in this direction. Shoulder and the chest. More than shoulder, the chest has to come in this. And here, if you notice, my heel, both the heels are on same line. This is alignment. See, this heel is here, this heel is here. So this front and back heel will be in same line. At the same time, the hips, one side will be here, one side. Shoulder, hip will be this side, this side. So the bend will happen this way. So the hips will be on either sides. The center point is by the heels, the chin, nose, everything will be in that. That is the alignment for Parshvottanasana. That is one important point in Parshvottanasana. Then Virabhadrasana, the distance. When you take that step, this distance is important. Now when you bend, see the distance is correct now. Did you see that? Here that 90 degree will come. If the distance was itna, agar itna hai, just imagine it's 3 feet, just like previous asana. Now the alignment will not come. Where is the alignment? No. Because this will become like angular. It will not be 90 degree. Kyunki ye distance galat tha. So the distance of the leg is very important in Virabhadrasana. So try to take that correct step. Some of you are already doing it very well. So that's one important point in this Virabhadrasana, which we are doing. So I'm just touching upon the important points. Okay, that's the second one. Then, and some of you, what is that fifth step in Virabhadra from here? Now inhale, leg straight. At that time itself, the drishti changes. It looks for front. Catching. Here also, the back leg should turn. See, it was like this, no? See my feet? I turned both. This fully turned. This half turned. There is a turn required, otherwise the body will not turn fully. Agar aisa hai to aisa hoga. Balance nahi milega. So try to back leg also turn a little. And while staying in the asana also, you can readjust the distance between the legs. Agar aapko lag raha hai, haan, isme thoda sa aapko, you will get that feeling. Something is wrong. Okay, I'm not able to get that proper spread and the effect on the leg. Then you can readjust. And when I share photographs or whatever, videos and all, try to observe whether you can improve all those things. That is Virabhadrasana, level 1. That's called Virabhadrasana 1. It has got 8 steps.
Any way by which we know that we have reached 90 degree? Our leg has reached 90 degree?
Yeah, I think see, when you be there, you will get a good, this thigh bone will dig into the pelvis. You will get a strong feeling. See, if it's this way, you will not be able to, see, I'm difficult to stay like this. Here it's easy. Now, see, there is a lock coming here. I'm getting a lock. You get a firm lock in this pelvic joint. You get this lock. Now you will feel, अच्छा है, अच्छा लग रहा है, lock मिल रहा है मुझे.
Okay.
I mean,
if in the next class you can observe whether mine is 90 degree or not. Thank you.
Observe. Then Uttita Hasta. So what is the name of the asana we did? Virabhadrasana. One level. There are 3 levels for that. 1, 2, and 3. Then Uttita Hasta Pada Angushtasana. Uttita means lifted. Hasta means hand. Pada Angushtasana. Uttita Hasta Pada Angushtasana. That one. So here, as I said, importance is for balance, breathing, drishti. Try to man back straightness, as Muthuraman said. So instead of trying to straighten the leg by leaning forward, don't do that. Try to keep back straight and let the knee be bent slightly. That's not an issue. So when you try to straighten it, try to straighten it upward, let's say. So lift it upward, not downward. So here you will get more stability. That way. So whatever possible, try to balance. This is also fine. ऐसा भी चला जितना होता है. Again, don't catch this leg with the other hand and straighten. If you do this, the knee will twist. Knee will damage. I found some people doing like this. Like this. There is no such asana also. You will only unnecessarily twist the leg. Not required. So here, and hooking the toe. That is another important thing. I have told in many classes how to hook the toe. So when you lift, you can see here. These are the 2 fingers. ये दोनों finger use करना है, and you have to insert it between the first 2, your big toe and your second finger. Insert 2 finger like this and hook it. So that's called hooking. So you don't have to catch like this or like this. So try to insert these 2 fingers, insert between the first finger, second finger as an insert key, and lock it with the thumb, and you will get a good grip. And you will get length of the arm. If you hold like this, length of the arm is short. See, देखो knee bend हो गया. ऐसा पकड़ा तो knee सीधा हो गया. So that's called hooking the toe. That comes in even Akarna Dhanurasana. In that arrow posture, no? There also it comes. And what is the third asana, the 4th asana in standing position? Utkatasana.
Sir, is it the same way we hook the toes when we are doing Angushta Padasana?
Yes, same.
The same way we hook the toes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So most of the asanas where you want to hook the toe, you can do like this. Because it's catching the toes, right? Then this one, Utkatasana, try to bring the thigh as much down as possible without leaning much forward. Body will lean a little, but not too much.
So this is okay, right? Because we feel that the elbow is not standing perpendicular to the floor.
It will not come perpendicular. Because the reason is, I will tell you, if the hand comes back, you will not get balance. Because see, the symmetry of the body is like that. See, if I take it back, see, I go fall backward. It's very difficult to do that. So little inclination will be there. You can see even V.K.S. Iyengar doing Utkatasana. There will be a slight inclination of the body and the arm front. Thoda little inclination will be there. It's okay, don't worry. Because the balance will come properly only then. Even when you do Surya Namaskara, this is how we do that standing Surya Namaskara in Ashtanga B.
Yeah.
That is not a perfection. It's a dynamic practice. In dynamic practice, we don't look much for perfection. But here it's a static asana. So try to increase the depth, but there will be a lean forward. That's it.
Is the target very parallel to the floor?
Yeah, this upper thigh, try to make it parallel to the floor towards the end of that last exhalation. Initially, don't sit too much low because you may find it tough. When you reach towards the last third exhalation, try to maximize that depth. and then inhale and come up.
Okay, sir.
So it's not that compulsory that you have to sit fully. This is also Utkatasana. ये भी चलेगा. Like that. You can do that way also, okay? Whatever possible, do that much. That's enough. Any doubts regarding standing asana? Anybody? I think there are only 5 or 6 people. Now, in Jana Shirshasana, since there are people, so I can also suggest some next levels also, which you can try to practice in the classes. So here we start with an inhalation. Exhale. So try to keep the knee a little back. Don't keep it exactly 90-degree angle. थोड़ा सा पीछे रखेगा तो what will happen? This heel will come towards the navel. The heel will come up. Then inhaling. This is the exhalation. Inhaling, lift. So don't take the leg outward like instead. So some people are doing like this. They fold and they keep this leg out. So what will happen? The body will not align properly. You may get a stretch, but the symmetry may not come. So instead of taking the leg out, keep this knee backward. Take the knee backward. Then inhale. Straight from the back. So always, as Muthu and all does, you have to reach front there, keeping the chin forward. So never target curving like this. Lead forward and reach as front as you can. All the forward bending, you have to get this minimum rounding. So the first exhale is to catch. Right? Then start inhaling here. That full inhalation. See, I'm not in a hurry here. So I'm focusing on the breath very well. Now, one modification that seniors can try is, on the last exhalation, try to bring your chin on the inner side of the knee. Try to keep it on the ground. Like that. It increases the intensity of the dancing. Like that. So that's one next level of Jana Shirshasana. Then, what are the other important points? As I said, bringing the chin front, then putting this knee back little 120 degree, more than 90 degree. Then catching the hand as long as you can. If you can interlock the wrist also you can catch. If you can from here itself. See, the wrist went in front. There's also one level of improvement you can try. See, the wrist is caught in front. So I'm catching the right wrist with the left hand. So this backside, the outer side arm is always short. So try to pull it front and catch that wrist with this hand. So the body will align better. So when you do Jana Shirshasana,
sometimes the knee is slightly bending, sir. Like, for example, in your current pose, the left knee is slightly lifting up.
Yeah, like this.
No, the other, yeah, this one, no, yeah. I mean, like, I'm trying to avoid, but sometimes it brings.
Yeah, maybe you are trying to reach a little longer than possible.
Yeah.
That time it may be bending. It's okay. Bend it initially. Don't twist it. That's all. And go down and gradually try to straighten it back. That's also fine. Nothing to worry. But don't twist the knee. That's all what you should take care of. Then in Parivarta Jana Shirshasana, that lock of the elbow. So when you twist from here itself, some people, so that catching of the finger is important. From here, I've shown in many classes, you have to turn your arm from here. यहीं से bend twist होता है. तो हाथ ऐसा था, दोनों आपस में फेस कर रहा था. Beginners, you see that how the hand goes. From here, it turn, and you catch. You saw that? Yes. So the left hand is on the right side, the right hand is on the left side. And both the hands are turned in this direction. It's not like this. Yes, it's not like this. So from here itself, I turn. So it was hand like this. So just observe. When you turn from here, it is easy. Turn and catch. So little finger will be up. Then this elbow or the shoulder. Shoulder is the best. That is the pivot point for twisting. So using this elbow, you rotate your chest to the side. So this हाथ का जो lock है, that is helping me to rotate. This arm lock, this hand is touching the knee, no, this leg. So जितना होता है, even if this is also fine. So I'm using this arm lock to twist my body upwards. So that is important technique in Parivarta Jamshishra. Also the catching of the finger. That catch. Then the pushing the knee, I told you how to push the knee. It has to become, this is 90 degrees, this has to go back. So the more you push, the better will be the twist of the Parivarta Jamshishra.
Please, one more time, can you just show us the rotation? Hand. Which, yeah, this. One.
My arm was like this, right? यहीं से मेरा शरीर twist होना चालू होगा.
Okay, left. One hand is going. Okay.
ये जो right वाला हाथ है, left में चला गया.
Okay.
ऐसे था, इसको ऐसा घुमा दिया. ये वाला हाथ right में आ गया. दोनों जो little finger है ऊपर, तो यहाँ आके ढूंढेगा, नहीं मिलेगा. यहीं से चालू करना पड़ेगा. यहाँ से you have to rotate your arm. From here, you don't have to do anything. You just have to rotate your body like this, and automatically the hand will come.
Left hand will touch
the right side.
Right side
of the feet. The right hand will go to the left side of the feet.
Left side.
Then only this will happen. No. So if I do like this, अगर ऐसा this मिलेगा नहीं. It will come, but it will not be effective. So this hand will go this side. This hand will go this side. But it is not like this. It is not like this also. You have to turn both your hand and catch. दोनों हाथ घूमेगा ऐसा. ऐसे था, इसको ऐसा कर.
And the need of this 120 degree angle, right? You know, it is more, I feel, I observe more need and coming naturally during the Parivarta Janusirsasana, but not in the other one, sir.
I got it right. You got it right. It doesn't come much in the, because Janusirsasana is a forward stretch. It doesn't come much on.
Yeah, that comes 90 degree by design, or
but it comes more effective in the Parivarta Janusirsasana.
Yeah, then fine. Yeah,
it's correct. Your finding is right. Because I followed that, because in Light on Yoga, Vikesh has written that 120 degrees should come even in Janusirsasana. So if you read that book, Light on Yoga, he has written that. So I try to follow it like that. So that was Parivarta and Janusirsasana. What is the complementary asana to that? Anybody? Complementary asana to Janusirsasana? What we are doing this month? Anybody? Anju or Muthu? What is the complementary asana which we are doing? Complementary to that forward bending. Anshuman? Are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm there.
Which is that?
Yes, sir, I'm there.
The camel pose.
Ushtrasana. Ushtrasana camel pose. So inhaling, Samasthiti first. Ekam. Dvi. 2 breaths row. No, I'm turning so that you can see. Now, beginning, see, some people, they are not able to lean back. So you can do standing toe. So this is standing toes. And this is sleeping toe. Please understand these two positions, very important. Many places we use it, no? This is standing toe, this is sleeping toe. In Ustrasana, if you do standing toe, it's easier. It's very easy to catch. Hardly not much of a difficulty. See, very easy. I hope you can hear the breath. See, I'm actually utilizing every corner. So that breath you have to come. All these new people, Sanchali, Ranajoy, who else is there new? And Anshuman, are you breathing like what I did now? I want you to pick up that because you are young.
Yes, sir.
Are you able to breathe like that?
Yes, sir.
Most of the asanas?
Yes, sir. Like most of the asanas.
Can you show me or demonstrate one Ujjayi breath, slow inhalation, slow exhalation with the sound from your throat?
Or like while doing the asana or like now?
Just here, sir. Just standing here.
Okay, sir.
What about inhalation?
Sir, I did.
No, inhalation was not Ujjayi. Exhale was correct. I want your inhale also to be the same sound.
Yes, sir. Like inhalation, I'm finding it little difficult.
So I want you to learn that because see, these are things in video class, limitations are like that because I may not be able to hear the breath now because a lot of people. So I want your inhale also to come like that. Just observe my inhalation.
Okay.
I will exhale now. And now I will take normal breath. See, what I'm going to do now is not Ujjayi. Both are not Ujjayi. Now I'm going to show inhalation and exhalation with that sound. Observe. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Yeah. So can you do it once again? That inhale and exhale. Inhale, can you make it? Exhale is good. Exhale is good. Inhale. Inhale, you have to learn. Anybody like Muthu or Anju or Shilin or anybody who can do that, demonstrate that, who are confident to do that?
Yes, sir, I'm doing.
Can you do it? Yeah, good. You did correctly. Try to lengthen it. What about Muthu? Can you make that Ujjayi inhale and exhale? Can you come closer to the mic? Yeah, I think it's coming. Very more closer. Yeah, I think it's coming both ways. It's coming. What about Shilin? Are you there? Is it possible to demonstrate that inhalation and exhalation? If you can, if not there, no problem. संचाली कोशिश कीजिए संचाली.
Inhale and exhale.
दोनों वो आवाज आना चाहिए गले से जो आवाज निकलता है.
You of course.
Okay, good. So try to work on that, how to improve that sound, okay? And try to lengthen it and slow down. So once you master it, you will start enjoying the practice. As long as you don't master that ocean breath, no, the pure enjoyment of the asanas will not come. When I practice, I enjoy every breath. So try. Yeah. So are you able to feel that, Muthu? Are you able to feel it?
Yeah. Very much.
Yeah. See, when you do that, no, actually, it's actually very, very calming and it deepens the level of your experience. practice.
I also feel that the grace also comes along with that breathing. When you don't breathe, your yoga grace is lost, is what I feel while doing.
Perfect. What you understand is very, very correct. So that's where we have to get that nice feel. Because when I do, and more all the standing asanas are the effect of that, or the ease of doing that breath is more. Because in most of standing asanas, the compression on the chest or stomach is less. When you do sitting asanas like say Paschimottanasana or Ushtrasana, there is some there may be some obstructions in the stomach or chest, and the breath may not be full as much as possible in standing asana. Whereas in standing asana, the chest, most of the asanas are all opening and all, no stretching, and there is no squeezing. Much squeezing nahi aata hai standing asana. That will get nice and full breathing you'll get. Right? So the more full and slow and deep the breath, the effect of the asana is that much better. We try to work on that, no? Slow, deep, complete rhythmic breathing. Very important. So I want you to work on that, Anshuman. Okay?
Yes, sir.
In exhale, you are getting very well. Since you are very much, very good in, you are very much interested, no? Because last I have seen, I think 4 months, not even one class he has attended, Anshuman. So he has attended, he's a young boy. He attends every class, no? Every class he attends full time. So I have to appreciate you, Anshuman. Okay, your interest in the classes are very, very good. So it's appreciable. Okay, all others should learn from you. This young boy, you're attending all the classes. Not easy. The commitment is very good from your side. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
One last doubt I have in the Akurna, in the Dhanurasana. I feel that while leaning down, my back is rounding, and because of that, the effect is not there. But I'm not able to bring like the way we do in the Surya Namaskar of concave bending. I'm not able to bring the same in this pose, and hence I'm not able to bring that effectiveness. The back automatically gets rounded.
So here the still I think some rounding will be there. But the only thing is when you pull, you don't have to lean too much. So when you pull, try to keep the back a little more erect. No, don't without leaning much you pull it. So like that. So I'll have to do a forward bend before that, because otherwise I'm already talking for some time. So are you leaning too much and pulling?
No, not that. I mean, maybe I haven't observed that way.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll check that.
Yeah, I don't think this, because there's not much of a full bend in that Akarna Dhanurasana. The body is a little upright only. It's not that it's fully straight, but the bend is slight only. It's not too much of a bend. When you lift this leg, so you're not, it's an angular position. So body doesn't round much in the asana. I don't find that rounding. But maybe if you are getting around, try to straighten this arm. Don't bend this arm, the arm which is holding the knee, try to keep it straight, that elbow. Then the rounding or whatever thing you're feeling, that may be reduced. Try to observe the straightness of the other hand. Maybe you can see that next. I'll also observe when you're doing next time.
Sure, sir.
Yeah. I think, is it 45 already? Yeah.
5:41. Yeah.
Another 15 minutes. Okay. Anything else, anybody? Otherwise, I'll close the class. Okay, then we'll do the closing prayer. Inhaling, take the arms over the head. Exhaling, heart center. Try to this heart center. Some people they keep like this. Try not to keep it like that. Try to keep it a little down so that you feel that Namaskara Mudra position. You take an inhalation. As I said, all your in-breaths should be good. Together. Ananda Sansara Samudra Tara Naukaitabhyam Guru Bhakti Tabhyam Vairagya Samrajyada Pujanabhyam Namo Namaha Sri Guru Padukabhyam Namo Namaha Sri Guru Padukabhyam Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Gently go down. Thank God for today's practice. Come back. Thank you. Namaste. Thank you for joining, all of you who came to the class.